Hello everyone. This is the next series of the Speak English tutorials. And today we are talking about parts of speech. I am Shambhavi Shukla and I will proceed with the presentation. So the contents of this presentation would be nouns, pronouns, adjective, verb and adverb. Now we are coming to the most important part of parts of speech, which is a noun. So while framing a sentence in English, noun is the most important part because it is the name of a person, place, animal or thing. So noun is anything which we are going to describe in a sentence, or anything about which an information is provided or a content is delivered. For example, cat, Ram, Shambhavi, India. So all these are either names of a person or a place or an animal, right? So it is of two types, a common noun and a proper noun. So a common noun reflects to something which is general, for example, an animal. So there can be lot of subcategories to the word animal. I mean, it can be horses, tigers, it can be deer, okay, it can be sheep. So it is a general or a common term. Country. There are many countries all around the world, so it can be any country. A boy and a girl. But whenever I am referring to something very specific, I will name it. Suppose if I say that animal is a cat. So cat is something which is very proper. Next, if I am going to talk about a particular country, I will say that I'm going to talk about India. So India is a proper noun. Whenever I'm talking about a specific boy, let's say for example the name of the boy is Ram. So it is very specific. And likewise, if I have to take a name of a girl, it will be Shambhavi. So we are talking about specific nouns which are called as proper nouns. Now, we come to another part of this section which is called as the pronoun. So in a sentence, generally what we do is that we write the name or the common noun or the proper noun first in the initial part of the sentence, and then whenever we are referring to that particular subject, we will always use a pronoun. I mean, it is prohibited to use nouns, either common nouns or proper nouns, again and again in a sentence or a paragraph. Instead of that, to make things easier for you, we have pronoun. So a pronoun is a word used instead of a noun. It helps to avoid duplicate usage of a similar noun. So what happens is that when you use a noun with a pronoun, it adds a complete relevance of the subject and the predicate. So for example, if I say that Ram did not come to India as his flight was cancelled, so this sentence makes sense. We can find out that Ram is a proper name, okay, and since we are referring to the flight in which he was sitting in, we say that his flight. So a pronoun is a word which is used instead of a noun. Suppose if I would have read this sentence like Ram did not come to India as Ram's flight was cancelled, it would have sounded odd. So this is a word which is used instead of a noun, which gives complete meaning to the sentence, and which does not omit the importance of noun in a sentence is called as a pronoun. Now, I'm going to refer to another very important part of speech, which is an adjective. So, whenever you are speaking to somebody, whenever you are constructing a sentence, you should add something beautiful to it. to give it a specific meaning. You have to enhance the sentence that you have said. So what you do is you describe it. So instead of describing a subject or a noun or a pronoun, what we do is we add an important quality or description to that particular subject. And so an adjective is a word that adds an important quality or description to the noun. It enhances the description of knowledge of the subject. Okay, so what it does actually is it emphasizes the properties of a noun. For example, if I say that she's a beautiful girl, here the noun is girl and I am adding a property to that girl. Okay, I am emphasizing on the properties. I am adding description to the girl that she is beautiful. So here beautiful is an adjective. Now look at the second sentence. We can have multiple adjectives in a single sentence. For example, the little boy has a sharp brain. So here we have two nouns. One is boy and the other is brain. Now in the sentence, what is that special thing that has been said about the boy? That he is a little boy. So here little is an adjective. And when we go towards the brain, we see that it is mentioned that he has a sharp brain. Okay, so here sharp is the adjective because it is a quality. It is telling you something special about the brain. Next is verb. So a verb is used to express an action or a state. It is used as a building block of a sentence when an activity is done. So whenever in English you have to describe something that is related to an action or a state or kinetic motion or something that has been done, you use verb. For example, the sun rises in the east. Here, sun is the subject, rises in the east is the predicate. But what is the action that sun is doing? It is rising from in the east. And that is why here the word rises is a verb. Next is, if you see the second sentence, okay, I do my homework on time. So the action of doing something, okay, the action of kinetic motion, the action which is not stagnant, you are doing something, you are not static, it is called as a verb. Now again, as adjective, an adverb is a word that adds an important quality or description to the verb. So whenever you are doing something, whenever you are in the act, whenever you are in motion, whenever you are dealing with kinetics, okay, you have to describe it. So in any language, whenever you describe a word or a sentence or a situation, it beautifies it. Okay, it gives it a particular meaning. It enhances it. So for example, if I say, the painter paints the canvas. Okay, so it is very obvious that he is a painter, he'll paint the canvas. But when you say that, the painter paints the canvas beautifully, it gives an additional meaning, additional word. Okay, additional emphasis to the word paints. So the act of painting something is beautiful. Okay, so that is how it gives a complete meaning to the sentence. Now if I say that the Kashmir Valley is serene and peaceful. Okay, so here serene and peaceful are actually adjectives. And here is the verb. Okay, so I leave it up to you to decide an adverb for this particular sentence. Thank you very much for watching Parts of Speech. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.